Steps and timeline for implementation. Our business startup process includes several procedures and steps. The following sections provide a summation of each identified major step. They are specified purely for information purposes. Opportunity assessment process. Several steps of the opportunity assessment process have already been covered in previous sections of this document, including providing a description of the product and pinpointing the market need for the product. In addition, we performed a competitive analysis to understand what current products are being offered, as well as which companies are present in the market. We looked over the data developed, which established the size, trend, and characteristics of the domestic and international market, in addition to the projected growth rate of the market. One imperative step that needed to be taken was determining the skills, experiences, and background needed to start our business venture. We implemented a management assessment for each team member to connect their skill sets and experiences to the specific roles and responsibilities within our newly established organization, as well as to identify which additional positions would be necessary in the startup. Capital and funding sources. The team committed a collective total of $2 million in capital injection, $500,000 per person. An additional $3.5 million was then sought through equity funding from private venture capitalists in return for a 40% equity stake in the company. We then began discussion with one of the current contributing member banks to secure a future line of credit based on company performance. We finally sought $750,000 from the Small Business Administration. On the left side of the slide, you will find a pie chart illustrating the initial funding sources that we achieved through owners' equity, government funding, and private equity through venture capital. Filling additional positions. The current members of the team will occupy the company's executive management positions. A senior software developer will be hired to establish and manage the software development staff. 2 technological support staff members will be hired to aid the senior software developer in managing software updates, as well as addressing any technology development problems. Facilities and equipment. The core software platform will be obtained in future development for operation. The site for our company will be leased through a feasible short-term option. Operating the business within an open floor plan will allow our company to engage in open interactions and, more significantly, eliminate additional leasing costs. Development and testing. After the staff has been established, we will begin the development and testing of our product. Once the product has reached technological feasibility, licensing agreements will take place with the appropriate government licensing entities and third parties interested in our product. Marketing and sales. The desired outcome is to instill product awareness in potential customers and highlight the qualities and benefits of our product that align with the customer's needs. This will be achieved through a thorough market analysis, an efficient targeting and segmentation process, and the sound integration of product, price, distribution, and promotion. It will be critical to track the specific results of our efforts and to apply contingency plans when necessary. Here we have the initial startup timeline through product development. We've included the following major steps in our timeline: opportunity assessment, business plan development, procurement of funding, staff build-out and hiring, equipment and software acquisition, product development and testing, and marketing and sales. We've also included the following activities in our timeline: planned start, planned duration, actual start, actual duration, and percent complete. On the right side of the chart, you will find an illustration of our timeline that has been broken down by period. Each period represents 1 month of our timeline. As you can see, there are several colors and patterns in our illustration that corresponds with each major step in our timeline. You can find a legend describing the significance of each color and pattern within our illustration at the top of the chart. Here we have our startup budget. As you can see, we have broken down our budget with the following categories: cost items, either monthly costs or one-time costs, number of months, monthly cost, and total costs. As you can see, Within the monthly costs category, we have broken down the budget for each monthly cost item according to a span of 24 months. Each monthly cost is highlighted in green to the right of the number of months column. The farthest column to the right has the complete total payment of each individual monthly cost item over the course of 24 months. You will also see in bold the total monthly costs, which add up to $3,786,000. On the lower half of the chart, you will find the one-time costs. Those are easy to calculate as each item is paid for one time. Each individual one-time cost is highlighted in green on the farthest right column. Below that, you will find in bold the total one-time cost, which is $1,130,000. At the very bottom of the chart, you will find the complete total startup cost, which is $4,916,000. Conclusion/summary. Based on the data and evidence from the opportunity assessment we have provided, our product has vast potential as new translation software continues to develop. The demand for high-quality translation devices will increase as tourism and travel activities increase. It is predicted that the language translating devices market will reach about $191 million by 2024, growing at a compound annual growth rate of approximately 13% between 2018 and 2024. Handheld devices have obtained about one-third of the market, and it's expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 12% during the forecast period. The increase in global and outbound travel has boosted the sale of language translating devices in retail stores, and this distribution channel is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of about 14% during the forecast period. The summary of key benefits offered by the Malma translator are accurate and reliable translations, short translation time, able to translate into multiple languages, and portability. After reviewing the benefits, language translation devices offer individuals the ability to communicate with others without hindrance from a language barrier. When comparing these benefits to the current market, it is clear that companies can enter the market and experience success as new software updates are developed in current and new technologies. Based on our presented opportunity analysis, it is surmised that our procedures, coupled with capital investment and equity financing, will lead to a successful launch of a startup with the objective of developing and distributing language translator technology. This will accumulate revenue through partnerships with companies utilizing the technology in their respective industries. This slide includes all of our sources that we used for research. We thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our presentation.